You're listening to The Monkey on YOUTUBE, YouTube. So I was having a chat with a friend of mine today, and now you have to bear in mind, this friend of mine doesn't have Facebook, he doesn't have, Twitter, he doesn't understand email really, and to be honest, if you told him to go and boot up his computer, he would literally kick it. That's not any kind of joke there. That's what he thinks you'd mean. So he doesn't really understand the whole YouTube scene. And when a friend of ours turned around and said, "Oh, I'm going to go meet a friend of mine in London who I met whilst gaming online," he got a bit confused and said, "Isn't that just like a tad bit creepy? You're heading out of town to go and meet someone who you basically don't really know." I said, "Well, hang on a minute. When you were younger, in the 80s and 90s, you basically went to the pub and you could sit there and chat to whoever the hell you want. And it was considered acceptable. That's how you made friends. Whereas nowadays, you can't go to the pub because, look, let's face it, all the decent ones shut down, and all the ones that are open, you either get frowned at for talking because, you're interfering with someone's quiet drink, or, the beer's not brilliant, so you just don't go to the pub. And after explaining this to him, he was just like, yeah, but you could just walk up to anyone on the street and say hello. But can you? I grew up in a town where, when you were born, the first thing that happened to you was basically you were on speaking terms with everybody. Everybody knew everyone, and everyone knew your name, what you were doing, and what you were up to. And that's a little bit creepy, but hey, that's where I grew up. Basically the back end of nowhere, and still no one knows exactly where it is. I'm not even sure I do. But now I've moved to a slightly larger town, and you walk down the street, and if you see someone several times in one day, it's kind of a bit ethical to nod to them, in a, "Right, how you doing?" sort of way. Not physically engaging conversation, but that's about as far as it gets. You can't just randomly talk to someone anymore because they'll pretty much phone the police and say you're either harassing them or some kind of assault charge will be brought up. It's not the same as it used to be. Nothing is the same. And yeah, okay, I get everything changes and everything changes for a reason, but it brings me back to YouTube and how basically you can watch someone's video and just leave a comment and reply to other people's comments, and it's great. You can have that kind of connection that people used to have in the olden days, except for you're not face to face. Whereas previously, all the working men used to go to the club after work and have a pint, and, they'd voice their opinions, and someone who they'd never met before would go, "Ah, yes, but blah, 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 blah." And that's basically what YouTube is. There goes my phone. Very professional, I know, but hey, fuck it. You see, YouTube has built this little community where people can come, they can say hi, they can say who they are, they can say what they do. And if you don't like it, you just don't watch or you don't listen. If you're the type of person that gets kicked off of leaving bad and negative comments, then you're just a dick. And you're the sort of guy that would get punched in the face. Whereas now, you've kind of got that blanket of security. Oh, no one's going to touch me, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. And hey, if that's how you want to live your life, fine. Be a dick. And I hope one day that karma will catch up with you and strangle you. Now, I'm not saying this because I've had negative comments on my videos, because so far I haven't. You guys, my subscribers, have really been really cool. And if any comments that you've had have been like slightly negative, they've been constructive criticism and feedback and stuff. And that's what I like. I like to have that feedback. I like to be told, oh, you can improve it by doing this, or this is good, keep doing this. And do you know what? Other people aren't necessarily getting that. They're just getting, "Oh my God, you're such a fucking dick." And all I want to say is, if we were in a pub I'd smash you in the face. Especially when it's people who I know who have put in a lot of fucking hard work. And I'm not mentioning any names at all in this video, but do you know what? Bring it on. If you want to do something in person, fucking come and say it to my face. Come and say it to the person's face. And then see how much work they've put in to raising their fist and lodging it in your mouth. This is quite an angry commentary now. So I'm going to wrap it up here. If you like it, let me know. Until next time, be lucky.